Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Fulcrum Radio, episode 2.
I'm Gator.
And I'm KT. And today we're going to talk about our impressions about the new Chrome 2025. It's been out for a while, and we got actual pretty interesting take because Gator over here has definitely bought Chrome 2022, but has not opened it, has not been in any breaks. So we're going to explore the dynamic of what was Gator hoping to see, and I've been in tons of breaks. I've opened it myself, and I'll tell them what we did see. Um,
Sounds good.
yeah, we'll go about
Yeah.
things that I liked. We'll talk about things that seemed a little weird. We'll go over the magic of boosters, and then we'll switch gears to talk about the pre-release dynamics and what we see on the market before a big release, what we see during a big release, and some of the stuff that happens when a new product comes out. And then finally, we'll just cover the weirdness about the marketing and the influencer type breakers, what we're seeing there, some new folks to the game, and then we'll talk some off topics just about kind of like sketches and the market on where it's at there. So, first and foremost, Gator, tell me a little bit about what you thought
Yeah.
Chrome 2025 was going to be. I mean, you've gotten it right. You've gotten it in the mail. You've bought some.
Yeah. I have cases and you know the boosters and all that, and then life just hits you sometimes, and I stepped away and I didn't touch any of it. I have not seen really any of it get ripped except for on your stream a couple times. I was watching some of those, so just to get a little sneak peek of it, because you got it pretty early, which is pretty awesome. I thought that was sweet.
Also
Um,
very interesting.
yeah. So it got interesting real quick. Um, in that people were punching each other over packs, but um, I was hoping to see. I can't wait till we get to the booster section of this because I have some things that I had to say about that. But I was hoping for some bangers, man. I want to see some. The sketches are just getting better every year. You know what I mean? You open a box from, even my 2006 Clone Wars, and they can be really good, right? But then you also get these little like doodles, or the little blaster gun from the 2012 that
Yeah.
we saw. It was just like a little kid drawing, which is really it's cool in its own right. But the Nick Gribbins and the Andrew Fries and the um that are in this set. I'm really excited to see those and see what they came up with, along with a lot of other. And I don't know much. Like, did they have new artists? From what I
Oh
understand, like
yeah.
there was like a big sports artist that joined. I don't know. I can't remember their name, but that was an exciting one to. I wanted to see that one get pulled too. So I'm hoping. I don't know how many sketches you've seen get pulled out of there or anything like that. I have no idea.
Yeah. So absolutely new artist. To your point, look, sketches back in their early inception, sketches were just that, sketches, right? They weren't meant to be formidable pieces of art. You had essentially animators doing sketches, and then whatever you can manage to get in terms of real artists doing sketches, and that's what it was. I mean, you had some great, beautiful art in there, but for the most part, it was going to be sketches. I mean, I think, like you said, Clone Wars is a good example of most of that is black and white pencil sketches.
Yep.
It's very, very rare when you get what we call a banger. Certainly, times have changed. 2025 Chrome is no exception. You are seeing some fantastic art come out of it.
Really?
I mean, it seems like every time you get a sketch, I've only seen nothing but bangers. There's been no instance where I've been like, uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
What about like I've also been seeing a couple like on my Facebook page. I follow that Star Wars group, and I've been seeing people really like the black and the black light ones.
yeah, those are pretty neat. Certainly quite a bit of them pooled. Yeah, they're more of a comic-y looking kind of art to them, and they're cool, man. I mean, you shine a black light on them, they light up. The black
Yeah.
and white shimmer is something that probably none of us expected. In my humble opinion, I don't know where that. I guess the card, the picture on this black and white, and it's like shimmery, like kind of rain looking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the refractor of it is like rain, but and the picture is black and white.
Have they done that before on something else? Because I remember I had like a BB-8 card. I didn't know what the hell kind of um parallel it was. And it had that same thing. It was like almost like a ton of tiger stripes. You know what I mean? Kind of shrink down and like multicolored. Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, I can vaguely remember something similar in the past. It is supposed to be relatively new, but to your point, I think I've seen it before, and I think
Okay.
I've seen it in like a older type of pack, not anything relatively recent.
Right. It was like Return of the Jedi. No, not Return of the Jedi. Like a Rise of Skywalker kind of a hobby box it came out of probably or something.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, certainly it is new to a lot of people getting into the hobby, right? Um, I will say the hits seem to have come quite fast in this one, but it's a 200 plus card set, right? With inserts and everything like that. But I will say, for being a week to 2 weeks out, it seems that everybody and their mothers has hit a, everyone and their mothers except for me has hit a
A 101.
superfractor. Yeah,
Yeah. I just saw actually like 5 minutes before we got on. I just saw somebody hit an Anakin 101.
yeah.
The Anakin 101. Hayden. Yeah.
Well, and not only like character cards, but autos as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
I
think,
think it was a Hayden auto. Yeah.
yeah,
Hayden
Trash
101 Hayden
Crab
auto.
just got pulled.
Insane.
Yeah, not I haven't heard of anyone pulling the Ja Narwood, the Jude Law. I haven't heard that yet.
Come on, dude. Let's go. I can't wait.
But certainly quite a bit of superfractors coming out. A lot. I mean, I feel like in the past I didn't see any of those extra levels, the ones with the machine, with the video game machine.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I mean, I
Have
didn't
you
even
seen any
know.
of those?
I've seen a ton of them. I didn't even know
I'm
those things
excited. I'm
existed
excited
in
to
the
see what's
past.
in here. Yeah.
But yeah, we've seen a lot of hits come out of them, which kind of leads me to the thing of what I like, and I'll tell you what I've liked so far in it is, I think Trash Crab was a really cool one-off character. It's got, I mean, you've seen Skeleton Crew. It's the one that's got the
Oh
Stormtrooper
yeah.
helmet. And that was pretty cool. Um, it was really weird, and I know Topps always does this, but like, you have very minor characters. Like they chose to make a card of every damn pirate in Skeleton Crew, and you're like, that dude's on screen for like 2 seconds, man.
Did they really do that? Is there a bunch of skeleton crew like random pirates?
Yeah, like the Melna, that girl that's trying to help them when they're on that pirate planet, she's got her own card.
Oh,
And I'm like, dude, she was in there for like 4 minutes.
yeah. And like the second
Yes.
episode.
Yeah,
Yep.
so certainly screen time is gonna be outlived via her card time there. Um,
Yeah. Steel Pecker lives, man.
yeah,
Not
still
in this
Pecker
set, but
lives.
he'll live on forever.
Reiterations, right? Reincarnations, if
Yeah.
you will. Color by number at first seemed to be like a really cool, like, hey, we're gonna hunt this down, and now people seem to kind of like about it. Some people, for example, myself,
Oh
I
yeah,
pulled
the
them.
color by number thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled them
No,
out of my
yeah. I
pull
mean,
box. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know what kind of tops message they were sending with that. Like sketch your own. Just
I,
sketch your own card.
yeah, and
You know.
what's funny to me is I've been telling everyone, like, if you pull one of those, I mean, is it against the rules to like hit up some of the artists like Julianne or Ben Abusada, Spectra
Hmm.
Void, and be like, hey man, do you have this blank or can I send it to you and you color it in, put your own twist and vibe to it,
That would be a dope idea. I love that idea.
right?
That's
Now,
cool. Yeah.
now I can see those cards starting to gain in value, but I don't know if there's something because they're not technically drawing. Can they sign it? I mean, maybe they could put drawn or colored by, right?
I mean, as long as they're not saying that it's like their own original thing, right? Like for the most part, people would probably just want it to collect. You know what I mean? Like you want something cool from Ben, or you want something. Yeah, sure. Increase its value or whatever. Whatever. Whatever people think. But uh, I don't see why it wouldn't be. It's an officially the top licensed card. You know, they can't do anything about it. It's out of their
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any legalities with that. But I mean, overall, it's been a pretty Chrome-esque. Um, I certainly think, at least for me, if you talked about 2024 Chrome, I always steered clear of it because I was like, it's just a character set. There's real no original art. And I don't know what happened in 2025 where it's like, oh, hell yeah, 2025 Chrome is here. And I feel like everyone just went ape shit on it, right? And again, that's my personal opinion, but I feel like we're starting to now realize like, oh, dude, this is a 200 character set. And if you're in breaks and stuff, it's tough if you're only collecting one character. I've certainly heard stories of people doing case breaks, multiple case breaks, and getting two base cards.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. There's got to be and I think a lot of that's gonna. I mean, we might talk about that a touch later about what to do with that kind of thing. But I personally like I'm a character person. You know what I mean? I don't really care about the underwater Naboo scene. You know what I mean? I I I am a character person, but I like multiple characters, so it's tough to say, who I know you too. You PC multiple people. You know what I mean? You'd be stoked to pull an Obi or um, a- I don't think Leia's in there, but a Leia character card. Um, so I'm drawn to that, and I think that's one of the reasons why I like 24 also. Um, but I get that it's not like original art like you're saying, like it is in Galaxy,
Right.
right?
And
Uh,
before we get into dive into those dynamics a little bit, I want to talk a little bit about what we've seen in the booster pack. So,
yes.
news out of the booster pack world has been that there's been all these. Someone's pulled a one of one. Um, Graffiti inserts are a thing in the boosters. I mean, it's like one in every 20 plus boosters, I believe. Don't quote me officially. So they're in there, right? But I'm hearing some pretty insane stuff. Someone's pulled an extra level card out of them. So I'm hearing some insane stuff come out of boosters. I myself have pulled a graffiti out of a booster. So
Yeah,
it's,
I was excited for this piece because in the last podcast I said I miss the days that they had actual hits in these booster boxes. I had the holocron, you had the battle plans. They have chances at sketches. They have chances at autos in there. Anything that a hobby box would have, just less odds, right? And that's all you're asking for a booster. That's the whole point of a value. And something that they missed in 23 and 24 was that they didn't. Man, I've seen so many boxes. I've ripped so many boxes of 24 boosters, and I haven't pulled one numbered card. I haven't
yeah.
seen one numbered card. People they do these channels, they do like 10 box openings, and there's nothing. There's just base cards and then the three little red waves. And I was like, in the last one I was like, I'm hoping that they can go back. It feels like they're gonna go back to it because the Marvel 25, I saw an out of 5 get pulled. I saw,
Hmm.
multiple numbered parallels get pulled out of there, and I'm like, it needs to be like that. If you want people to buy your boosters, you can't just throw base cards and then a couple little special sparkly cards and call it good. Like, I want the chance at getting a numbered card out of there. I want the chance of an auto, or these cool special inserts or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's something that they missed in 23 and 24. I saw it in Marvel, and then I was like, I'm hoping that they do that again with this. And it looks like, by the sounds of what you said, it looks like they did. They added a little more sparkle, a little more zest to it.
Yeah, we've certainly been seeing it, right? The one thing that I think I do want to put out there is that, I think they had a Target now has the booster packs, right? The Valley packs, sorry. And I was looking at one of the reviews on there, and it's like, oh, don't even waste your time. You get nothing but the ray waves in here. And I'm like, well, I mean, look, you're paying $30 as opposed to whatever the street value of the hobby pack is right now.
Right.
You know, temper the expectations. And I think for for that exact point, I think, hey, yeah, sure, I love the ability to hit hits in a pack. But I think as we look at that, certainly it is more of a domed product than a break product. I
Yep.
have seen some people try to do like 10 booster boxes and break those, and like, whoa, 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 whoa. Um,
Yeah. Here's some base cards, everybody.
right. So it's definitely more of a dome product, and I think for a value pack, that's what it should be, right?
Yeah.
Um, and then when you hit it, I think it's even better than a hobby pack because this was not expected.
Right. And that's what I like about those too. Yep. Well, and what all I'm trying to say is like 24. I didn't see one number get pulled. I don't even know. I think they forgot. I don't know, or it's just not in there. It's just not in there. But even hearing you say that, you see, you've heard of 101s or some other numbers get pulled. I saw a couple numbers get pulled on Facebook. That to me is already more than what I've heard in 24 or 23.
Yeah,
Nothing came out of there. No numbers. So that even the chance at it, just give me the chance at it. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting to get a number every time I open a booster, but at least let me see that it's possible, because I don't see that it's possible
yeah.
in some of the other ones.
No, completely hear you, and I think I'd even go out too far and say like, I wouldn't mind them bringing back Galaxy boosters, especially because I love building a Galaxy set.
Oh,
If
dude.
they had a value pack to help build my set, fantastic, because I can't be buying hobby boxes all the time to try to build a
Exactly.
set.
Yeah.
I mean, I do see though that the only problem with that is that it truly undervalues that set. But is that a bad thing? I mean, if it makes it accessible for everybody, I know that sometimes us as like card sellers, right, as people who sell cards or break cards, we're like, hell yeah, this is gonna be a good pro. But I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes it's, hobby over profit, man. I feel like I'm a collector just like everyone else, and sometimes I'm like, holy shit, gotta steer
Yeah.
clear of this because there's no way in heck. Or, I go thousands of dollars into debt really to try to get a whole set.
I, I I'm gonna say I would keep it at. I see where you're going with that. I love it. I think that's the void that Chrome fills. It gives you the opportunity to get those
That's a good way of
cheaper,
looking at it.
boxes and stuff. Galaxy is not even just monetarily value lost in making the base set, but also just making it that much more special for the collectors. You know what I mean? Like when you get that box and you open it yourself, it's like you worked hard to get this box, and these are all your cards. You know what I mean? Like I get to keep all these mean something to me. Uh, it's like I don't know what would it be in like what flawless in like football or something like that, and then like get some base cards or something else. It's I I kind of like the exclusivity of it belonging to only hobby boxes.
Yeah, I can
Just to
understand that.
play some kind of devil's advocate on that, because I see where you're going to. It would be nice to get some nice base Galaxy, um, but not even just money wise, just for the collector portion of it. I like the exclusivity of having certain cards.
Yeah, I hear you. Um, as we move on, let's talk a little bit about, I mean, the culture and how it is before a big drop. Uh, I'll start off by just telling you a little bit about what I experienced beforehand. Seems that the entire community kind of halts to a screeching halt and starts to save up that money to go into the breaks and all
Breaks.
this, right? So it's kind of really a big silence before the drop. Certainly, I was lucky enough to find a booster box and be able to bring it out, and then it's kind of crazy that atmosphere of like first you got I wanted to be boom preview. I wasn't doing it for profit in any way, shape, or form. I wanted to show the people the new product, and it's tough, man, because I think you have the naysayers that are like, hey man, that box is supposed to be XYZ. I'm like, I'm not selling it for that price. I mean, and I
Yeah.
think maybe in retrospect next time, maybe I just also know that if I open up
Wait.
packs and people see the new, they're gonna be like, run it, run it. They're gonna be like, run it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you were running them for super freaking low. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
mean,
mean? It just it really who wants it more kind of thing, and that you have no control over that. That really is just the market speaking. Everybody's so hungry before the drop that, even just a viewing, you know what I mean, to get your hands on something is really special. You know what I mean? It's a big moment, and you want to be one of the first ones to get it. I mean, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory style.
Yeah, I will say that it is crazy to see, as we talk about big releases and stuff. I think it finally hit me even more on this drop of 2025 Chrome, where I'm going on to like whatnot. I'm going on, and it seemed like the day before release, I could go on to eBay and I type in here's trade secret. I type in Star Wars or tops Star Wars boxes.
Yeah, yeah,
And then I filter by newest, and it seems
yeah,
like I could see all sorts of cool stuff, right?
yeah.
Dude, the day of release, I go on there and go, whoo, top Star Wars boxes. Sort by newly listed. Like 10 pages of 2025 Chrome. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yep. Right off the gate, man. I couldn't type anything in. I could type in Star Wars Galaxy and
And
freaking
Chrome would
Chrome
pop up.
popping up every other single thing. Some idiots already, adding a break in there. You know what I mean? It's like, by the way, I hate those. I hate your breaks on eBay. Stop doing that. I don't know who that is, but it's annoying as hell.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
trying to look at Chrome and it's like, "Ooh, this spot, this spot, this spot, this spot, bid at a dollar, bid at a dollar, bid at a dollar." I'm like, "Get this shit out of here. Like, how do I report this to get this out of here? I don't like it.
how can it
Annoying."
possibly be done correctly that way? Like it's weird to me. It's very odd to me, and I'll
Yeah,
keep it at
and
that. I have some choice words, but it's not for here. I just feel like, it's a little
yeah,
samey to me.
it is. I don't like it.
Yeah, and I think
But
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I was just say before the big drop, it is crickets. A lot of viewers, kind of checking it out. Other things. But really, it's really quiet. You can tell something's a brewing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it
Mhm.
certainly is that calm before the storm, and then it drops. And
That's right.
I
Yep.
think once it drops, what's again going back to that the original topic, it's like seeing all these people that I've never seen before in our category, in our community. And I'm not saying I'm here to oppose anyone coming in, right? But I'm going like, damn, where are all these people coming from, right? And it's like
Yeah.
everybody's a breaker now. Like you got and it's so funny because I found it kind of entertaining to now go into these breaks, and these people don't know what the hell sketches are. They're like
Yeah.
it's an artist autograph. I'm like, okay, or they're
Yeah.
like calling characters, and I mean there's new characters, right? We're not all perfect. We butcher names all the time,
Yeah.
but sometimes I'm like, come on, dude, how do you not know that name,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
The mispronunciations, and it's mainly big sports breakers. They just
100%.
come in really quick. They jump in. They got a couple cases from their shop, and they don't care. They don't care to sell it there. You know what I mean? They'll just break it.
Yeah, it's insane to see it, and I think it's super funny when you have someone and you can kind of tell that they have no freaking clue whether this is a main character, a side. I mean, they know the
Uh huh.
Yodas, right? They know the Obi-Wans, original trilogy, maybe Rey and Kylo Ren, but they pull other ones and they're like, oh, look at this. Oh, I mean, oh God, look at this guy. Like, this is super dope. The Jar Jar. Oh my God, what a hit on
Oh,
the
Big Scallon. Nice, Big
yeah, a big
Scallon.
Scallon.
I
Yeah,
also
it's
got one more. I am gonna go for it. I am gonna say it. The problem with those ones, and with those sports breakers, and I hope people start to realize this in our community, is that they're not fans, right? They're not fans. They have a box, they have a case, and they just want to break it. They want to make their money, and they want to leave. When you don't hit in those breaks, they're gonna send you a pack of sleeves. That's what one of the card shops did. And that I joined a break for Masterworks because I was bored. And they sent me a pack of sleeves, and I spent about $140
ooh,
in that break. and they just sent me that. And my wife did too. She spent like we both jumped in. She had $100 on hers on her character and pack of sleeves that they sent us. Whereas I know a lot of quite a few people that including yourself, me, and a couple other streamers and whatnot that are actual fans, real collectors of the hobby. I have boxes of stuff, you know what I mean, of
Yeah,
cards that I'll just throw in there, and you'll throw them in there, you know what I mean. If you don't hit, you're gonna walk away with something. Like, you do it live, man. I'm gonna throw this and this on there for you.
yeah,
You know, I try to throw some numbered cards in there, something cool, like just so you get something, fun to add to your collection. They don't think like that. These sports breakers don't think like that. And I've also joined sports breaks where they don't do that. They're like, oh, sucks for you, and that's just not in
yeah,
part of their culture to send you something. If you spent X amount of money or anything, you know what I mean? Like you don't even have to spend a bunch of money. Just you joined my break, we hung out. I'm gonna send you something cool.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not how they roll, and that's definitely not how they roll here because they don't have cards to give. You're not actually a collector, so you're gonna
No,
walk away empty-handed.
100%, man. And I will continue on that train and also add, for the love of God, if any sports breaker is in here, the Star Wars community, we sleeve and top load like no motherfucker, okay?
Yeah, dude.
We sleeve and
Everything.
top load. I found myself this just the other day. I had a bunch of base cards, and before I knew it, I had already top loaded them on. I'm like,
Yep.
Well, you're getting them all top loaded." Yeah, we don't really try to skimp out on that here. I will say I have some. I don't know what it is, but I've seen an increase lately, and a lot of people giving feedback on like I'm just gonna toss my cards raw into a bubbler, like
Oh,
a bubbler, close that up, and
mm-mm.
then put it into a bubbler mailer. Stop that!
Puke.
Stop that now, man.
No, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's the stuff we gotta watch out for.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
and
Yeah.
I will add, like, look, we all know the inherent risks of breaks. Absolutely, no one's saying that by all means we're going in there expecting to hit. We shouldn't, right?
Nope.
Um, but it does say something. I think for we build to work community, we build to get to know people, and sometimes it's really weird to see. It's almost like, hey man, they don't even go here.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly what it feels like. Yep.
Like they don't
And
even
yeah.
go here. So it is odd. And then followed by, I think, the scrutiny from some people. Sometimes I see. I never experienced this throughout any of my personal ripping or selling packs or anything like that. But especially during this break, I felt like a lot of people came forward and was like, "Oh my God, like that's the prices are stagnant throughout, right?" And I think it's everyone trying to stay competitive next to the other one, trying different things. But I think people need to realize when releases come, it is a market thing, right? If someone wants it, I have no power, and certainly the breaker doesn't have any power over what someone's willing to pay for that, right?
Yep.
Um, and I think certainly, as we saw with Chrome 2025, we know what that pre-purchase price was, right? And I think people need to realize that, yes, look, the big breakers, they can get case upon case of it, right? The smaller people, they're maybe only going to be able to at most get one case or a few hobby boxes,
Correct. Yep.
right? As such, those kind of people like myself will then have to reload through somebody, whether that's, the big guys or you're raiding your local GameStop hoping to get something. And those prices certainly are not what the pre-sale price was. And I think that's a little stagnant in some instances because people come in expecting to pay close to that 130 mark where it's like it's no way near that once you do, and
Right.
once you add fees and all that stuff. Not only that, but if you have 2 3 boxes, what's your possible break price for that, right? At two three hobby boxes, not cases.
Yeah.
I i also think that we need as a community to be better on. I know everyone does their own standard break or their own breaking, and that's fantastic, but it's pretty weird when you see cases and they're 207 teams, right? And then you see people trying that same technique on 1 to 2 hobby boxes. Dollars starting it. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like, I get it, but you realize it's 207 teams. You dollar start it. You get $2, $3 per team,
Mm-hmm.
or even $2, $3 on half of that. You've already paid for that box and more, right? And I think, yes, does it make it accessible to people? Absolutely. Secondly, though, hey man, you're buying Obi-Wan for $1, $2, $3, maybe four, five, six, whatever, right? Teams like Obi-Wan might go into the tens, right?
Yeah,
It's three hobby boxes, it's two hobby boxes. Temper those
two.
expectations, man. You're probably gonna ball out with not a whole lot. I mean, there's people going into multiple case breaks
Mm-hmm.
that are not clawing back, and I get it. It's an expensive product, but this is the first time that I saw the per card break, and I was like, holy crap! You really got
That's
243 teams trying to go at it, huh?
that's kind of crazy. That's a bit much. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, as the
Anything
community, we support it. There's
like
people buying left and right, man.
it's really just anything to be able to put dollar.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
and that's not
It's all about
everybody.
that. It's all about that tagline. Dollar starts. Uh, for this Chrome, people are thinking they're gonna get a whole team starting at $1. I mean, like a batch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like a area. You get the first order or something like that, or um, you know, or the Skywalkers. You know what I mean? Like 4 or 5 cards. It's
yeah.
not that.
Ghost
It's
Crew.
a card. Um, and they're starting at $1. Yeah, like you said.
Yeah,
Um,
and and certainly I understand it. I'm Look, let's play devil's advocate. Sometimes it's the only way that you can get into a break, right? I mean, you're talking about, yes, it was 135, 160 at retail. Look, that ship has sailed, guys. This shit's selling for 250 to 300, maybe even more at
yeah,
times. And that's on the retail end. You got to think Whatnot is not a retail situation because we pay fees, all
yeah.
that good stuff, right?
On top
I
of that, yeah,
I 100% get it. Sometimes it's the only way to get into to try to find your one character. So there's a lot of advantage to that. No one's saying no on that. Um, but
well,
it's
it's funny that they don't hold, these bigger shops, these bigger online stores, to that same standard. They want the smaller people to give better deals, but they're not asking that, from these huge superstores on online, that
yeah,
are they jacked up the price first. They're the ones that are really controlling the market. Whatever they say is what it goes. They're the ones that you need to be
yeah.
talking to. They have 300, 400 cases of this stuff in their warehouse. But we're trying to shoot down these little guys with a case. You know what I mean?
A
Or a
hundred
couple
percent.
boxes.
And look, that's not to say that it's free market, right? Like, hey,
Right.
that is the business, right? That's why people go to Walmart so much because they're able to conglomerate everything, whatever. I
Right.
get
Yeah.
that, 100%, right? I'm certainly not asking for a bigger break when I buy cards because I'm only buying 1 to 2 hobby packs, right? Versus cases amongst cases amongst cases. I get that
Right.
majority rules. But I think people, as they go into breaks, need to also realize that like there's spectrums to everything, right? You're gonna have your big breakers that are able to go, and I think that's where I see it the most. Where personally, and this is my opinion, that kind of bothers me sometimes. I see the big breakers, and I'm seeing like, dude, I get that this is 2 cases. What the hell you doing selling Anakin Skywalker for $400?
Yeah, dude. Yep. Yep. Because they know they have the gravity uh to be you know advertised. You know what I mean, right up
Right,
front, and
and
you know
and again,
something's gonna
certainly
stick.
if you're going into 4 or 5 cases, certainly the opportunity to hit Anakin probably a lot higher, right? No one's saying
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Again, everything has its own place and time, but I feel sometimes we get as buyers ourselves, we get a little bit out of tune with that, especially when we go into the smaller people, the people that got like, hey, I managed to get 3 4 boxes, let's get to ripping, and it's just like you got to remember they cannot afford to sell at below retail. And retail is
No,
really what they're able to get it for because when they re-up, again, they don't just reach into their second case and pull out a box. Nah, they got to go source
right.
this thing.
A lot of it's also, and it's since it's a smaller community. it's also a very tight echo chamber. So when somebody says something or somebody's complaining about this, you get enough people to kind of jump on it, 10, 15, 20, 50 people, boom, it explodes and now it's an issue. So
Yeah.
they know what it costs. Fine. Guess what? Guess who else paid for that? These big box stores also paid less than what we even got it for. But let's also be we also need some perspective here. It's like what would if you had got that price, knowing what it is right now and knowing that you can't get it for under, you know, $300, knowing that or 250, whatever. If you had a couple boxes, what would you price it at? Be
Yeah.
honest with yourself. What would you? Oh, I would only do it for $20 more. No, you wouldn't.
No, you
Because
wouldn't.
if there
Can't survive
was
on that money.
if there was more people doing that, I would see boxes going for that price. I haven't ever seen that.
Yeah.
I have never seen a box go for that cheap. So unless the only the whatever the I don't even know what you would say, but just the people that are wanting to get these boxes at like 175 bucks or even 200. You know what I mean? Ask yourself if you had got those boxes at a lower price and you were reselling one because you've opened one and you want to resell the other two. Are you gonna price them at 175 also? Are you gonna really look at yourself and sell it for that much? Um, and if you are, then fantastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll send you my email. But
Right.
um,
100%. Hit me. Let me know. Let me know.
yeah,
I might be in.
but
And
everything
look.
else is that's the market. That's the market price
Right.
of what it is. You know what I mean? Cars do the same thing. Houses do the same thing.
Right. And I think to wrap that part of it all. Look, no one we're certainly not blaming anyone here. I'm just saying,
No,
look, as a tight knit community, it is you see the big breakers, they're breaking, right? And then it seems
yeah,
like the middle and the lower guys, we got really nothing to break, so you don't see a whole lot of that. Or you
yeah,
do see those few brave souls, because I've seen it. I'm like, holy shit. I mean, this guy's got 40, this guy's got 20. This poor dude has got three people in there, and he's trying
yeah,
to fill a 200 or a 50 team break. Good luck. And again,
yeah.
not to say that people buy from who they want to buy. That's cool too.
Right.
But I think when you see that, you allow these other breakers that aren't really part of our community to come in and do whatever the hell they do in those other communities, right?
Yep.
And that starts the bad rap, man. That's the and
Yep.
then you start hearing like, man, I'm so sick of these breaks and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
half the
I
time
hate
it
Chrome. This and this. It's like
right,
because like you're breaking with the wrong people. Look at the real hobbyists. Look
yeah,
at the people who love this stuff. That's
a
that's what
hundred
we
percent.
really should be looking for. And again, we're not dogging on any of our guys. You know what I mean? And
No, no,
I'm
no.
sure you know who you are out there. That with this talk, this is a conversation first of all.
Hundred
But
percent. Yeah,
you know,
we ain't trying to play
we're
blame on
not
anyone.
jamming on
It's just
anybody
the feelings
except
that
for
the feelings that we get.
right. Yeah. And, it just this is just more about the hobby and
Yeah, the stuff we
uh
see.
and not understanding how things work. We sleeve all our stuff. We do give out free cards because we understand the value of our base. You know what I mean? Like we like our base cards. So you'll see them, popping
Yeah,
up in your boxes and breaks and things like that, even if you didn't buy into them. It's like it means more than a baseball card, you know?
yeah, and I think this is a fantastic point to transition to as we look at that. The value of base. It does seem like as we've seen this Chrome 2025, especially as I see some of those new breakers, they just fan through the damn cards
Oh,
and
don't
and pull the
get me
hits.
started on that, bro.
I'm like, holy
Don't get
crap!
me
What?
started on that.
I'm
I
like, hey
hate
man,
that.
I want to see the new characters. Like,
Who are you? That's some sports shit right there, dude. That's what I'm telling you. That flick, 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 flick. I was like, hold on, whoa. Yeah, I saw somebody do that on Tops posted it, and some guy because he got a big hit,
yeah,
he was like flying through the cards. I was like, if you ever do that shit to my cards, I will absolutely like refund myself. I will knock on your door and refund myself. Do not flick through my base cards. And this dude domed the whole box, and this guy's just like flicking through all his stuff. I'm like, have some respect for people's time. It's also a show. You know what I
that's
mean?
right.
Like, you don't flick through your own cards at home. I don't do that for somebody else.
Oh, hell, I mean, hey man, you ain't doing nobody a favor by selling that hobby box for $350 and someone bought it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Give the service, man. Sleeve.
absolutely, and sleeve that shit and send it to him. That's
Yeah.
dark.
Oh, and again, it's
Anyway,
the part of being a
yeah,
fan, right? Like, dude, enjoy the card, show it off. This is the first time that people might be seeing this card.
right, yeah, yeah. That's the other thing too. Is that it's not just like a football card that you've seen a million times. It's like a new picture of something or a new artwork or
A debut
whatever. You know what I
character,
mean?
right?
Or maybe it's a numbered cards that I don't know. Like Topps does weird things in Star Wars where they put like two numbered cards in a pack sometimes. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? On accident. Uh, I don't know if that happens in sports, but that it's just not the same. You
yeah,
can't compare the two and the two styles that they don't blend.
100%. And brings us to you were talking about our next topic. Really, what I really want to emphasize as we wrap up here is that part where you're saying, hey, I saw someone do this on tops. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. It seems to me that if you are on the higher end of the influential wheel and you can speak to tops and tops can promote you, it seems to me that you might be pulling super factors more often than not.
A
and
lot
and
more
and
often.
again, I understand the science that if you break a lot, you're gonna tend to hit more. I get that. But it's kind of weird when I see the same streamer over and over posting about how they got this 101. And oh my god, I got this 101. And oh, I got this auto, this holy grail auto. I'm like, the hell?
Oh, and then it gets and then Topps is posting it on their
And
Instagram.
Tops is posting it.
Like what? Oh, dude. Look, I would give it the benefit of the doubt because I was like, no,
Absolutely, yeah.
maybe they're just lucky, right? Maybe I stopped doing that. Okay, when I saw freaking LeBron go pull his 101. Oh, LeBron opens a pack before his game, and he's like flicking through it, and he pulls some freaking rare Pippin card or something. Like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I saw a couple people do that. Aaron Carter, you know what I mean? He ripped the pack and he gets a 101. He's like, oh, is a 101 good? It's like how are you recording him backstage? He opens one pack and it has a 101 in there. That clearly means that you know where you're putting your stuff. You know what I mean? Like at least a handful of them.
Oh
You got
yeah.
to push them out for the market for the pigs to eat their slop on, but for your high class buddies and you know what I mean. Of course, you're gonna give him, them, the some
Yeah, we're not trying to label anybody, that's the new.
you
That's the
know
world we live in
a
now.
Hulk, a Hulk, 101 or something. I don't know, out of
Yeah,
mint or something.
it is just super interesting sometimes when you see those posts. You're like, I remember I was sending them to you. I'm like, this is the fifth time this person gets a 101
This week,
this week. It's not even spread out.
5 101s, bro. They're just like market, market,
Yeah,
market.
I think I sent you one. And I was like, dude, they're not even trying to hide it anymore.
No, no, they stopped, dude. They stopped it. It's like that little gecko that's in the thing. It's like lizard, lizard, lizard. It's like
Yeah,
101, 101, one promote, 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 promote.
yeah. It's
Damn.
it's almost like they have some kind of relationship with the people who are making these cards.
I mean, that's a wild thought, KT.
I don't know, man. I think the evidence will speak for itself. Um,
Uh-huh.
it certainly has been, I think, a very interesting and fun ride 2025 has. I can only, as we move on to the last part of our segment and talk about what's to come, I can only predict what the next drop is going to look like. And as I look at it too, it's major sets coming up, right? There is no kind of well, I think there's a smugglers that might be the filler, that might be the hyperspace before. And sorry, I know hyperspace. Some people love it near and dear. I'm not trying to talk shit about it. Sorry, guys. Um, but
No, I don't think the
certainly,
five people care. I think the five people are used to it.
yeah, it's true. I think the five people that are saying like, oh, for those of you that say hyperspace is
Yeah,
mid, hey, I'm not saying it's mid. I'm just saying, I can only get a 7 Mustafar out of 25 so many times before I'm like, I'm done with this.
word. Hey, at least the sketches were fun, right? But
Yeah, I will say the sketches were cool. Sketches were
there you
on
go.
point.
There you go.
Um, but yeah, I think there's a Smugglers or something like that coming out. But I mean, after
Yep,
that, it
yep.
should be we should be into the big Mama Jamas. We should be into Galaxy territory.
Sapphire.
Oh, Sapphires. Oh, you're right. Sapphire. Sapphire is that.
Yep,
It is Sapphire.
that's
Wow.
right.
I yeah. I don't know. Only time will tell. Um, it'll be interesting. Any bold predictions you have for those releases?
Like I said in the last one, I think they're gonna trim Galaxy in white. I think that Galaxy 25 is gonna be white, trimmed, bordered.
Hmm.
That's one prediction that I have because they did it. They did it in the flagship a little bit ago, and it looked really cool. I like the flagship cards that are trimmed in white. Um, and then for Return of the Jedi, no, not Return of the Jedi. I'm sorry. For Sapphire, um, I I don't know. I guess
We're
the 10 years of Ray. We're
we're
sticking
we're
with
gonna
that.
see. We're probably gonna see a Force Awakens edition of
Yep,
Sapphire.
yep. Gonna be maybe some Kylo on there. I don't know though. I mean they kind of booted her out of Chrome. You know what I mean? I don't see her in Chrome anywhere. Is she in Chrome?
Ray?
She
Yeah.
has to be.
Yeah.
At a 207. Well, there was a set that she wasn't in recently. Oh, Masterworks. Was it Masterwork?
No, she's in Masterworks. No, it looks like she's taking a Dookie, or is that is that black?
It might maybe it's black. Uh, well, I know she's not in one set, and a lot of people were upset about it.
I know.
But
Actually, I
maybe
don't. I don't think I
maybe
remember her in hyperspace because she's not on a planet. No.
right, she wouldn't be in the planet, but it wasn't that one. No, I
Hmm.
excused that one because it's specific to planets. But this was just like a set that she just wasn't in. So
Huh. Huh.
I'm pretty
I'll have to
sure it's
look that up.
Masterwork, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But those are mine. I don't know. We'll see. What do you think?
I foresee Sapphire having something to do with The Force Awakens as it's based on an anniversary. And obviously, I'm not knowledgeable enough to know what anniversary lie in 2025. Although we did have a re-release of Revenge of the Sith this year, right? So
Hmm.
it is
Uh that would be hard. That would go hard.
yeah, I
Revenge of the
mean,
Sith.
Tops, if you're hearing us, that's the one we want. I mean, that's the one I personally
Wow.
want.
If Tops is hearing us, they're probably mad.
Yeah.
They'd be like, well, we were gonna do it, but now that you want it,
Yeah, I'm gonna go
hell
to
no.
Tops' Instagram and I'm no longer gonna be following them, watch.
Yeah, dude. Blacklisted.
Yeah, they're
No
not
more
gonna they're
equal.
not gonna block me. They're just unfollow me so I know they
Yeah,
did it.
no more EQL.
Yeah, damn, yeah, I just thought about that. I mean, Revenge of the Sith is on an anniversary year, so hopefully we might see some of that. Oh, certainly Galaxy I would love. They had Art of Naboo and Art of the Revenge of the Sith. Art of Revenge of the Sith might be fantastic.
Revenge of the Sith would be awesome in that. I would love
Yeah.
that.
I think
Yep.
you might be on the money. We might both predictions probably will probably be seeing Force Awakens show a little bit more light, or have an insert of sorts. Although judging on 2025 Chrome, if they didn't get a chance to change it and they're already into production, we might be seeing Skeleton Crew and Acolyte.
I, hold on. I'd like to see the Skeleton Crew more. That'd be cool. I like
Yeah,
that. That
I
would be really
rewatched
cool.
it and I enjoyed it the second time.
Especially in Galaxy. Can you imagine like a trash crab, like original art, Mojo baby? That's
Yeah,
cool.
I can see that. I can see that. 100%.
That's really cool. They got a lot of cool stuff. Or their ship, you know.
The Onyx Cinder.
Oh yeah, Onyx Cinder baby. Yep. That's precious to
Yeah, I
me.
mean, certainly I don't have much other than I know the art's going to continue to be fantastic. We'll continue to
Yeah.
see fantastic sketches coming from fantastic artists. Um,
It's getting better, man.
yeah,
More and more time.
my last bold predictions. I feel that in Galaxy we had maybe four inserts, right? Art of the Sith, Maul Anniversary, Art of Naboo, and 25 years of Maul
Power
or
of the
something
Dark
like
Side?
that. I
Power
think
of the
there was
Dark
like,
Side?
yeah, something like that. Um, I think we might be seeing more inserts come into play.
Yeah. I hope so. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Let's
I
find
don't.
out. Like I said,
I think
jokingly,
something.
I'm saying 10 years of Ray.
Yeah,
Jokingly. They might, but they're crazy enough to do it. We're at 10 years
true.
right now.
Yeah, I foresee that we might be getting a replacement for the helmet shadow boxes.
Oh, really? Are they gone?
That's just my prediction.
Oh
Um,
man.
Certainly as we look at other sets that have had the shadow boxes recently, they're just, I mean, dude, I bought, or someone bid me out of it actually today, like an Enoch for Chrome Black. I mean, think about that. No, I mean, when I've seen a shadow box pull out of Chrome Black, I'm like, oh damn, I think that's a case hit, but I haven't really seen the excitement
Yeah.
behind it, right?
Yeah.
I just don't think that they hold as much. Even with Galaxy 25, I don't see them as often, and oftentimes I'm like, Bryce, I didn't even know these damn things came numbered. I've only ever seen them base.
Yeah. They spiked in popularity a few months ago, and then it just kind of quieted down, and now yeah, it's like not really
But
a
and I think
huge
from a
deal now.
production standpoint, why do all that extra if you know that you can get away with another insert or another type of refractor,
Uh,
and people
mm,
will love it more.
yeah.
So,
Hope. Hmm. Did you like the black sparkle? Whatever it
yeah,
was
black and
called.
white shimmer's cool.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I haven't seen one live. I've only seen pictures. The dualities or the not the double visions with the real life character and the animated character. Those are
Oh, that's
cool.
sick.
Those are
I
cool.
need. I want to see one of those.
Those are
I
really
want to see
cool.
one soon. I hope we can.
Yeah, more of that. More of that would be dope.
Yep.
Or maybe we get some kind of special effects. I mean, they're into the black light now. They're into the double visions. Maybe we might see a little bit more on the card technology end.
That's right. I'm with it. Let's go.
It's
I'd
time to
like
be
to see that.
brave, Tops. It's time to be brave.
Yep. Breakout. Like we already gave you glow in the dark. What more do you want?
Give us more glow in the dark in the other one. That's fine. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Uh huh.
Well, all right, man. I think we've reached the end of this session of
Okay.
this episode.
All
But
right.
thanks everyone for hanging with us. As always, it's a pleasure. Check us out,
Yep.
follow us, subscribe, and thank you. I'm KT, and
I'm Gator. Excited for the next show. Let's go.
we'll see you later, guys. Thanks for listening to Fulcrum Radio. Bye.